Hi everybody, Kai Waza with you. Welcome back to my channel. Having some pumpkin spice coffee on this Tuesday afternoon. I was thinking I might go to the beach, but it's about, I don't know, 4. It's 4 o'clock. So it's a little bit late. I mean, I still could, but I think I'll wait. I'm drinking and I wanted some coffee. I have not had enough today. Pumpkin spice. This is what I'm drinking from Grand Cafe Collection, grandcafe.com, Millville, New Jersey, from somewhere. Marshall's, I got this. Okay. And it has a little hazelnut skinny syrup in it, too. So anyway, today is a haul video. Haul and chat, but we will do the haul first for those who don't want to hear the chat. Not spiritual chat, that's Radio Green Goddess, just chat. But today is Tuesday. I'm off today, off for the next several days. And I thought I had a eye appointment this morning for like glaucoma checking, which they do every 6 months. They're kind of watching. And this one, I had it kind of early, 9:30 this morning, and this one did turn out to be a little bit suspicious, but they're like, it's the first one that's a little suspicious, so we don't know. So we're going to wait 3 months, do another test in 3 months, and then if it's still like that, then he will refer me to a glaucoma specialist. But that's life, whatever. So I had that, and then I thought, oh, it's Tuesday, let's go to Savers, a senior discount day. That was at Ala Moana Center, and I thought, I don't know. I go there a lot. Maybe I haven't been to the Goodwill on Waialae in a long time, and they do have records, so maybe I should go there. But getting there is a little bit tricky from Ala Moana. It has been anyway, but I know they just redid some of the bus routes. Every so often they will reconfigure, especially the less busy bus routes, to sort of reconfigure what might be a more efficient way or whatever route. And lo and behold, when I was Googling out the bus routes and the bus stops there or whatever, they have changed it. There's a Route 7 now, which didn't exist before or used to be something else, that does go directly from Ala Moana Mall to Kahala Mall directly, and does go right past Kaimuki Goodwill. So that bus was coming in about 10 minutes, so I waddled over to the bus stop there and caught that number 7 up to Waialae. And I thought I might eat at Ala Moana. When I realized the bus was coming in like 10 minutes and wouldn't come for another half an hour, I was like, let me just eat up there somewhere, because there's a lot of restaurants around there. So I got up to Waialae, and then I went to Chinese restaurant Duck Key. Had some very delicious beef and eggplant, which was their special for Tuesday, and went to shop at Goodwill. And it was surprising. Like I said, I haven't been there in a while, but there were quite a lot of records. So let's take a look. And they're 99 cents, so good price. So let's take a look and see what I got there. So first up, some box set action from some box sets I didn't have. This one got a lot of no cover on it, no actual box, but the inside box. What the world needs now is Love, Terry Baxter and his orchestra, the ubiquitous, mysterious. Who is Terry Baxter? We don't know. We still want to know. This one has a lot of, as they say, foxing. I did not know what that term meant, but like age spots, brown spots, whatever. It's got it. Anyway, yeah, didn't have this one. And then another one that the records, though, are in great shape. Columbia Musical Treasury. And then another one, but there was no box. at all, and it's missing one record, but these are all Terry Baxter ones. The box set, I think, is called The Look of Love, but the records all have different individual titles, but it was missing the Movie Times one, but all the rest were here, so that was exciting. So Goodwill's 99 cents a record, so good deal. And this one, I've not ever had this one. This is a big one. It's like 10 records. One of Longines Symphonette early box sets, right? The famous Choraliers and the Longines Symphonette. In the World's Most Honored Family Singing and Listening Songs, over 130 of America's favorites. I have to give you fair warning. I have a bad history with Longines Symphonette box sets that use the phrase World's Most Honored. You might recall one I had a couple years ago that was like some 10 or 12 box set record from them that was World Most Honored Musical Treasures, and I was so it took me forever to digitize it, and I had so many frustrations with it that I actually destroyed it myself when I was done digitizing it. Maybe the same thing will happen to this, although this was so funny. It's in decent condition, actually, outside of being all torn up on the outside. But 130 songs, has the little letter from Michelle Piastro, all sort of eaten up. You know, silverfish or whatever damage. Also has a book on the inside with lyrics to, I don't know if it's all the songs, but a whole bunch of them anyway, with some kind of cute graphics. And somebody put this note in it, which I thought was funny, because as I said, it's 99 cents a record. They're like $9.98. You got to be kidding. $1.98 max. I wouldn't totally disagree with them, I suppose, in this condition. As you can see, foxing. But the records themselves are in really nice shape. Well, that one's got a little bit of dust on it, whatever. But they're, yeah, they're in nice condition. So I'll digitize this one eventually. It might be a few years, no promises, but we'll get along to the world's most honored family songs, whatever. Oh, I have to tell you what was funny about this one. When I took it up, I had this big pile of records, and a couple of young ladies at the register, and they got to these box sets and they didn't know what to do, and they were kind of opening it up and counting them, just like, oh, it's a whole bunch, I don't know, like she couldn't count to 10 or whatever. It was like too much. And she was asking the other one, like, I don't know how much to charge. What do I charge? And I didn't say anything. I'm not going to go, well, it's 99 cents a record, right? So, you know that much. Because I have been at thrift stores where they have sometimes just charged me for one record for a whole box set, or $2 or $3 or something. They make something up. So, like, I'm not going to say anything. And I don't remember whether box sets actually had a separate sign at Goodwill or not, which they do not. So I didn't say anything. I'm just like, I'll do whatever, The other one went back to look to see if there was any price, and then she came back and, like, she said something. I didn't hear what she said. Well, just charge him whatever, something. I didn't hear what she said. And then she just went back to counting them all individually again. So it was all sort of pointless, but it was funny because, like, they were completely lost. Like, they didn't really understand what these things were, or what to do with them, or how to charge. I mean, 10, there's like a bunch. I don't know. There were just so many records there this time. It was unusual, and I haven't, been up there in a while, but, and it's some weird guy too. Like, when I went in, there was some guy looking at the left side. They had two shelves of records, and he was looking on the left side. So I went to the opposite side, the right side, bottom shelf, to look through. And as soon as I went down there, he came right to the box next to me, which was kind of weird. I'm like, where are you going? Like, what? I thought I was being polite, starting at the opposite end. Maybe he must not have looked through that yet or something. I don't know. I never worry about that much, because I know what I'm looking for is not what most people are looking for anyway. So I'm sure we don't want the same thing. So then I went back to the other side since he went down there. And then he came back up to the box next to me again. I'm like, dude, I didn't say anything, but I almost walked away like, whatever, just look. I mean, I'll come back when you're done because we don't want the same stuff. But anyway, I just kept going and he left. But so weirdness. This one I do have I used to have the record a long time ago. I don't know what happened to it years and years ago. I have a CD, but I would like to get the vinyl. I had the vinyl that I think came out after this, which was just the little drummer boy with a different cover on it with a little doll, which is really cute. I think this is the earlier cover, but this is a great record. I love this one. And we want it for Moody Mood Music. And another Christmas album. I didn't have this, Fred Waring. I love it. I almost didn't get it because it's a Decca. I don't know if you have this experience, but I have the experience of getting old Decca records a lot at, thrift stores and stuff. And the old Decca ones, man, they tend to be really beaten up. I don't know, it's just because they're super old and were played, or the records just got beat up like after you played them for a while, because I find myself lately passing on old Decca records unless they look really, really good, because I've just had the experience of them skipping so much surface noise that you can't really use them. I mean, and there's some good stuff on them, but this one looked kind of so-so, and I just picked it up anyway to see, because I do love this cover. Don't you? I do. Yeah, I just got this for myself because I love bouzouki music, Greek bouzouki music. The Modernaires, they were Glenn Miller's singing group, so not 100% sure. I don't have this buried in a crate somewhere, but pretty sure I didn't have this one. I have some Bill Justice, but these two actually I was pretty sure I don't have, but maybe not 100%, but I did put one back that I knew I had. This is kind of a find for 99 cents. Omega, Sentimental Swinger, Les Brown. Tunes of Les Brown, Irving Berlin, and Roger Hart. Okay, this was the first one I found. What the heck? Don Wilson answers wife Louisa's questions about the new organ stereo hi-fi phonograph combination by Thomas. I should have done a needle drop on this, but I had to get this. I don't know. Asking her questions about stereo and about this weird, I've never seen this before, organ phonograph combo. I wonder, if they made records for this that were minus the solo organ or organ accompaniment and you were supposed to play it yourself. I wonder. Maybe that's a question that Lois asks Don. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Longines Symphonette. This is one of those free albums that came with their box sets. Overtures from 10 Smash Broadway musicals. Well, I had to get this. Neil Diamond. Song hits of Neil Diamond, performed by Kings Road. Sounds almost sort of like Neil Diamond-esque. Happy to find this. Love Unlimited Orchestra. Love that. Music Maestro, please. That's my haul today. Although, you know what? As I was going through, I realized there's one missing that I know I got. It was a Perry Como Christmas album, but it was later. It was from 1980 or the 70s. And it had a couple of songs from his older albums, but it also had a couple of new songs on it from him. And it's not here. What happened? Did I take it out when I was at the restaurant and look at it and not put it back in the bag and just leave it there? Or did I do that on the bus? I don't think so. I know it was there. I mean, I looked at it in my bag, so I know I did actually buy it. But how could I lose a record? Like, that's so weird. I mean, it was only $1, but it was some unknown Perry Como Christmas music to me. I would love to have had that for the station. Maybe it will turn up. I don't know.
Well, hello there. This is Mr. Perry Como, and I'd like to invite all of you to tune in to my favorite radio station, Moody Mood Music, on Live365.com, especially during the holiday season, because beginning the day after Thanksgiving, Mr. Kaiwaza, my friend here, will be playing all vintage Christmas albums, 24 hours, 7 days a week, leading up all the way through the Christmas season. I've listened to it before, and it's wonderful. And yes, you will hear some of my Christmas music. However, apparently you won't be hearing my most recent Christmas efforts. They seem to, I don't know, have been left on a bus or in a Chinese restaurant or something. I don't know what he's done with them, but anyway, you can hear me and all my crooner friends, all the great orchestras, the great lady singers, all your old Christmas favorites, and you'll hear Christmas songs you haven't heard before also. So listen, give it a listen anytime. It's wonderful music. I'm singing on there quite often, but especially during the holiday season, when Mr. Kaiwaza reintroduces the Season of Joy. That's what he calls it. The Season of Joy. All holiday music starting the day after Thanksgiving, going all the way through the Christmas tide. Moody Mood Music can be found on the link below. Just click on that, or you can Google it, Moody Mood Music on Live365.com.
After the Goodwill, I wanted some boba, and I went to a place nearby called Cow Cow that's not exactly boba, but it's supposed to be like this healthier alternative yogurt drinks with, it has basically rice, like brown rice in it, but that kind of takes the place of boba, and it was kind of pretty much the same consistency, so tit for tat, it was pretty good. I had a kiwi one, not bad. I would do it again if I'm up there. And then I came home and I thought, well, I'm gonna maybe go to the beach. There was a package waiting at my door, which I knew was coming today, finally. But it's a little bit late. But what I wanted to show you as far as going to the beach, though, I know it's hard to look at me and tell this now, but I do go to the beach a fair amount. And I'm always joking that my goal is to become sort of super chestnut brown. I want to be like, what you make fun of or whatever in your mind, that sort of super, super bronzed senior citizen that's like super dark, wrinkly tanned, and their crazy Hawaiian shirts. I'm like, I kind of want that look. Like, that's what I want. But no matter how much I go to the beach, I don't get quite that dark. And I was telling this to a friend of mine, coworker of mine, and I was very surprised because she told me now that she used to work at a tanning salon and she was into tanning some time ago, and which is kind of surprising to me because she's a very fair-skinned person and not somebody that you would imagine had ever been into something like that, but she really was at one time. And she was telling me about these tan accelerating things that tingle your skin, that really help you go beyond a normal, like for people that want that really super saturated tan, like look, from the sun or from going out and not necessarily just being in a tanning booth or whatever. And I thought, oh, that's curious. So I looked some of that stuff up and I got some. I haven't tried it yet because it just came the other day. I thought I might try it today, but it's a little bit late and I have the next several days off, so we'll go. The next time you see me, I might be considerably darker complected. I have no idea. I'd never heard of this stuff. Have you? I don't know. I got two because it was cheaper to get two together than one by itself. Amazon. I don't even think they probably must sell it in some of the stores here. I don't know. Uh, One is Insanely Black 60 times Mega Tingle Formula Ultra Dark Bronzers. It's some kind of melanin stimulator. Millennium Tanning Products 60 times. I don't know. And it tingles. And this one, I don't think is a tingly one, but it's 100 times Solid Black Ultra Advanced Silicone Bronzer Auto Darkening Tan Technology. Dark Tanning Lotion. I don't know. I have no idea. But we are gonna try it to see what happens, because I would love to just all of a sudden be like super tan, super tan. I love that look. I don't know why. I just think it's funny to be like a senior citizen to be super tan, and you know, it's a look. I like it. But when I came back, there was something else on my doorstep I've been waiting to try. This took quite a while to get here. I ordered this from some company in North Carolina. Another coworker told me about this because they know I'm always looking for something to go to sleep by, because I'm sort of narcoleptic, and if I don't take anything, I can sleep, but I wake up 20 times during the night, and it's ridiculous. And so I usually take melatonin, or I take Benadryl or Excedrin PM, or some other natural things that may or may not work. I got to get some Kava pills because Kava did work. I need to get that. But one of my coworkers that gets these, a different one, was telling me about this company, and I just ordered them on the spot from what she was saying. They're Delta 9 gummies. So this is like the good stuff, apparently. The good stuff. Hemp-derived Delta 9 THC. So she said she just takes like this. There's gummies in here. Is there just one? I think there's one gummy in each package, but 25 milligrams. She said she takes like a quarter of it, a quarter of a gummy, and it knocks her into tomorrow. She's like, plus she feels really good. So she said just take it like an hour or something before you're going to go to bed. Don't take it right when you're going to bed, but you'll start to feel it. I don't know. You're not supposed to take more than one per day. So I have no idea. This is just, and I ordered a bunch. I'm like, you know how I am. I'm not just going to order like two. I'm like, let me get a bunch and see what happens. So I'll let you know. I'm just curious. I mean, I guess, this is the good stuff. So you really are going to feel it, but I don't know. Let's try it and see. I was going to talk about what else? Yeah, finally today, I think we'll talk a little bit about, this may or may not interest you, but as you know, as I have mentioned, Moody Mood Music this Christmas season, I am again going to do this Season of Joy, which is 24 hours, 7 days a week of vintage Christmas music. Old stuff. And I've been uploading music for that, because I want to have at least like about 1,200 songs, if not more, to upload it to do that. I did the math, and it's like, I don't remember it now off the top of my head, but like 800. It was like 840 if it's 9 songs every hour, 24 hours a day without repeating twice. So if I could go 2 days, 20 to 48 hours without repeating a song, supposedly a track, that would be good to me. And that was like 800 and something. So I thought, well, let me go further and maybe go to 11 or 1,200. It takes a while to upload that stuff. And what's interesting to me, because in the past when I did the Season of Joy, it was random. Like I would just go, okay, it's just I'm just going to random play all these Christmas songs, and it'll be whatever, whether it's where I would do instrumentals and vocals, but that was the only categories I would do. So, I could do like an instrumental hour or something of vintage Christmas music when I wanted to, but I couldn't really program it like I normally program the station: male vocal, female vocal, instrumental, group vocal, whatever. And I thought with Christmas music, because I do love the as not as well known songs, I love them, like original compositions that are on some albums. Like, I suppose if you're just the listening public, you don't want to just hear, like, 10 songs in a row that you don't know. You're like, where's Little Drummer Boy? Or I want to hear, God Rest You Merry Gentlemen or something. Like, you're only hearing these one-off songs, which can happen when you have it like on a random shuffle thing. Or the reverse, like you could get 10 in a row of like, oh my gosh, is there anything other than like the standard carols we all know? So this year I thought I am going to actually program it even more tightly than I program Moody Mood music regularly. So I've done 6. This may not interest you at all, so cool. If you just want to leave, bye. Thanks. But it may interest you that I'm doing 6 categories. Okay, so uh, Christmas, standard male vocal. So that's all your, White Christmases, the standards, the songs we all know, right? We all know the Christmas songs. There's like probably 50 of them or something that we kind of all know. So there's standard male vocal, standard female vocal, standard group vocal, and instrumental Christmas standard. And then there are the other songs, miscellaneous. So we have that are not well known, that we maybe just recorded once or twice, or something that people just, it's not a big hit. People don't know that particular song. So I have categories for that. I have the male miscellaneous Christmas vocal, female miscellaneous Christmas vocal, orchestral or instrumental miscellaneous Christmas song. And then I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do the clock wheel, but it's probably going to be at least 50% standards and maybe 50% miscellaneous songs, or 60% standards. I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts? If you're going to listen, what would you rather listen to? I don't know how I'm going to exactly work it out. And I can run different clock wheels during the month because it's going to run for a whole month. So sometimes I might run more instrumentals than vocals, or more standards than miscellaneous songs. But anyway, it's going to be some sort of different clock wheels. But what reason I'm bringing this up, what I'm discovering, since this is the first time I'm doing it this way, so I can see how many in each category I have. I mean, I was aware of it, but I'm acutely aware of it now, of how fewer female vocalists did Christmas albums than male vocalists. There's like 1 million male vocalists and instrumentals and groups, but like solo female Christmas albums, not that common back in the 50s and 60s. And, there weren't as many, I suppose, female vocalists, but there were plenty of female vocalists that did not do Christmas albums. So unless they did a couple of off singles here and there, they don't have a Christmas album. And then within those albums, what's also interesting, because I kind of want to get a fair balance between like male standards and female standards, I would like to have a similar number, so that when I'm programming it, there's more chance that the clock wheel will work within the legal requirements that you have to consider. I don't want to have just like 20 female standard vocals and 175 male standards. And, that's not, it doesn't sound right when you're listening either. I mean, it's much more male oriented or whatever. Anyway, even within the female, when a solo female vocalist does a Christmas album from that time period, vinyl time period, quite often it doesn't have very many standards on it. I don't know why, like for whatever reason, a lot of the female vocalists when they were recording didn't do "Oh Little Town of Bethlehem" or "Oh Christmas Tree," or well, a lot of them did "White Christmas," but yeah, I'm discovering they did a lot more one-offs, like miscellaneous. Here comes Susie Snowflake, la 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 la, stuff that was just like one artist did or something. And I love that music, but I did not quite realize that until this year. This year, when I actually have it like codified and in front of me, like what I'm uploading, I'm like, that's interesting that there aren't as many female vocalists Christmas albums, which I kind of knew, but that they tended to not record a lot of standards, which is I didn't realize. Interesting. So I'm really fishing around. I mean, I'm fine. Like I'm covered. The numbers are okay and whatever. But it's made me kind of aware of this and kind of seeking out. And I'm going through some of the CDs that I don't always use because I prefer to use the actual vinyl, but I do have CDs of like some earlier albums and whatever when everybody was reissuing all their back catalog. So some of it, I do have some Christmas CDs from female solo vocalists that I don't have on vinyl that I have been going through and pulling some of those out to use some of that. And, when you're going through stuff and you're like, I think I have more. Like, I'm thinking in my head of a few things that aren't here. Like Doris Day, for example. I know I had the Doris Day CD. I didn't have the Christmas vinyl, but I know I had a CD reissue of Doris Day's Christmas album because it's lovely and we all love Toyland, right? That's classic. But I hadn't come across it and I thought, well, it must be in another box somewhere. And today, when I was getting ready to set up this video, I realized because I had something on top of that box I needed to get, that this box right back here has some Christmas CDs in it. So I'll have to go through that like, oh, they must be in there. But yeah, that's just an interesting little tidbit I didn't know. I don't know if it's true now. I don't know if the female, more recent 21st century female vocalists are recording more standards, but a lot of the ones that did albums in the 50s and 60s and 40s and whatever tended to not do as many standards and do a lot more miscellaneous one-off Christmas songs, which I personally love them. But I know I have heard references in the past from listeners that would comment, and I didn't know whether they were really saying it positively or sort of like giving you a backhanded compliment, that I've heard so many songs I've never heard before. Like, did you like them? I don't know. Anyway, I'm looking forward to Season of Joy on Moody Mood Music. Oh, the other thing that I've been doing that's really fun, maybe I'll be able to stick one in this video somewhere. This is something that was commonly done back in old radio days too, is that they still do it, I guess, but like celebrities and famous singers would do little Christmas greetings that was just their voice, saying, this is Paul Anka wishing all of you a happy holiday, blah, blah, blah. And my friend Scott, I had a whole bunch of them that I lost on my hard drive somewhere. I don't know where it is. It disappeared, reappeared, and it's gone again. I don't know where. Hopefully wherever I got it from, whatever Facebook group or something, they'll repost it this year. But my friend Scott had one that was like originally a record album, and it just has different stars doing Christmas greetings. And I love to do this kind of production work because at the radio station level, you would do it at your own station. So for me, I'm doing it here on my laptop and whatever with the software that I have. But just importing that little, hi, I'm Andy Williams, and I want to say, have a blessed Christmas or whatever. And then you would put your own voiceover or, somebody working at your station, the DJs, a voiceover being like, Moody Mood Music wishes you the best season of joy ever, or whatever. You would attach to that to identify the station, and then you could put whatever you wanted, whatever music you wanted to find, whatever sound effects you wanted to find, jingling bells and winter winds and blah, 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 and make these little produced station IDs with old celebrities on them. And I've been doing that. I've been working on that, loving it, because I love that kind of production work, just having fun with it. But I think they'll be great. I'm looking forward to the Season of Joy on Moody Mood Music, and how those old station IDs with the old celebrities whose recordings you'll be hearing will sort of really give that old time vintage Christmas feeling. So
This is Percy Faith asking everyone to join me in the spirit of Christmas.
From our home to yours, the merriest of holidays. We're Moody Mood Music.
that's what I've been busy doing. So I hope people do enjoy Season of Joy, because it's been a lot more work than I was thinking it was going to be when I started it this year. Because I thought I'd be done with all that prep by now, but it's September 24th and I'm not quite done yet. And I really do want to be done with the prep for it by September 30th, so I can have everything ready and I just have to press some buttons and go the day after Thanksgiving. And I can enjoy my October for creepy, scary music for myself and reading scary books, and not have to be working on Christmas at the same time. I kind of hate when that gets, it's very Tim Burton-ish, Nightmare Before Christmas. Anyway, that's it. I think I've said enough. I think I've mentioned everything that's happening right now. And I hope you're doing well. And we will talk to you guys in the next video, which probably be doing a cheap lounge. I don't know, pretty soon, probably. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.